What if I told you that you could visit France, Italy, Germany, and more without ever leaving the United States? Yep, that's right. No passport, no jet lag, and no $18 airport sandwiches. In this video, we're counting down 10 American cities that feel like you're walking through Europe, and trust me, number 3 might have you checking flights immediately. So whether you're craving croissants or lederhosen, stick around. This is Europe, without the jet lag. If you're new to USA Revealed, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Kicking off our list at number 10, it's Montpelier, Vermont. And no, not France. It's right here in America. Montpelier holds a quirky title. It's the smallest state capital in the US, with just around 8,000 people. That's not a city, that's a cozy friend group. But don't let its size fool you. This place has serious European vibes, French name, French-inspired architecture, and a downtown that feels like a sleepy village in Provence, just with more flannel and maple everything. You'll find beautiful bookstores, local cafes serving fresh pastries and espresso, and streets made for strolling, not speed walking. And in the fall, it's absolutely extraordinary. Imagine the rustic beauty of a European countryside, drenched in autumn colors, Europe, but with better foliage and zero tourist traps. It's quaint, it's cultured, and it smells faintly of croissants and wood smoke. Honestly, what more do you need? At number 9, we're heading west to Venice, California, where yes, there are actual canals, and no, you're not dreaming. This beachside neighborhood of LA was designed back in 1905 by a man who was so obsessed with Venice, Italy, he just decided to recreate it right here. So he built canals, arched bridges, and walking paths, then tossed in a healthy dose of palm trees and Pacific vibes. Today, Venice feels like Italy got a Hollywood makeover. You've got cafes and espresso spots lining the water, quirky boutiques, and street performers who'll juggle flaming torches for tips, or just for TikTok. And then there's the boardwalk, where you might see a guy playing electric guitar on rollerblades while wearing a Viking helmet. Totally normal. It's a blend of Italian aesthetics and SoCal energy, part gondola ride, part skate park runway, with sunsets that look like they've been filtered in real life. Coming in at number 8, Helen, Georgia. And no, your GPS didn't glitch and drop you in Bavaria. This tiny town in the North Georgia mountains went through a full-on identity makeover in the 1960s. The plan? Reinvent the place as a traditional German Alpine village, and they didn't just dabble. They committed. I'm talking timber-framed buildings, cobblestone alleys, and even street signs written in German-style lettering. You can grab bratwurst, browse cuckoo clocks, or float down the Chattahoochee River in a tube. And if you visit during Oktoberfest, oh, it's next level. Lederhosen, polka bands, giant pretzels, the works, even the Wendy's here looks like it was plucked from the Alps. Helen may be small, but it delivers big on atmosphere. It's like you stumbled into a snow globe, minus the snow, where every day feels like a holiday. And yes, you will leave with a souvenir stein, and at least one photo with a guy named Hans guaranteed. At number 7, we're heading down to New Orleans, Louisiana, where every street corner feels like a celebration and history hums in the background. The French Quarter is where it hits you. The Spanish and French colonial architecture, the gas lamps, the intricate iron balconies, it's giving old-world elegance with a side of powdered sugar. This is a city that feels like it's lived 1,000 lives, and it's still dancing. Jazz pours out of doorways, artists line the sidewalks, and there's a beignet stand within reach at all times. That's priorities, right? New Orleans captures that European soul, but filters it through a spicy, soulful, uniquely Southern lens. Think Paris, but with more brass bands and better food. Take a stroll through the Garden District or hop on a streetcar. Every corner has a story. Sliding into number 6, it's Holland, Michigan. And yes, they went full-on Dutch here, wooden shoes and all. Every spring, Holland bursts into color with millions of tulips during their world-famous Tulip Time festival. It's like stepping into a Van Gogh painting, minus the tragic backstory. You'll find real working windmills, quaint canals, and a downtown where the sidewalks are heated. Yes, that's right, heated sidewalks. Leave it to Dutch engineering to make winter strolls feel like a luxury. Beyond the flowers, there's no shortage of Dutch bakeries, traditional dance performances, and plenty of places to pick up a souvenir pair of clogs. Because nothing says I've been to Holland like clomping around your house afterward. It's a town that fully embraces its heritage, and somehow makes you feel like you've wandered into a European festival, even if you're just grabbing coffee. If you can't make it to the Netherlands, Holland, Michigan might just fool your senses and your Instagram followers. Grabbing the number 5 spot, Salvang, California. If you've ever dreamed of visiting Denmark but only have a weekend and a tank of gas, this is your place. Founded by Danish immigrants in 1911, Solvang leans hard into its roots. We're talking windmills spinning, cobbled courtyards, and buildings that look like they were plucked straight out of Copenhagen and then dropped into sunny California. Every detail here is a tribute to Danish heritage, from the architecture to the authentic restaurants serving up æbleskiver, basically fluffy pancake balls of deliciousness. Bakeries here are a serious business. Think buttery Danish pastries, layers of flaky goodness, and enough powdered sugar to coat your entire road trip playlist. Between the boutique shops, traditional restaurants, and horse-drawn streetcars, Solvang feels like stepping into a postcard where every corner offers a fresh slice of European flavor, with way better weather. And yes, you're absolutely allowed, encouraged, even, to wear a flower crown while eating your third æbleskiver. At number 4, we're stepping way back in time to St. Augustine, Florida, the oldest continuously inhabited European established city in the U.S. Yep, older than Jamestown, older than Plymouth Rock. St. Augustine was founded by the Spanish in 1565, and it still feels like a living museum. Stroll through the historic district and you'll find cobblestone streets, centuries-old buildings, and massive wooden doors that look like they've seen a few pirate attacks. There's even a real-deal stone fortress, the Castillo de San Marcos, where you can still see cannonball scars in the walls. Talk about durable real estate. Cafes spill onto sidewalks, live music fills the air, and there's always a fresh breeze from the nearby beaches. It's old-world Europe with a coastal twist, a place where Spanish flair meets sunny, laid-back vibes. And don't even get me started on the sunsets. They're practically an art form here. Rolling into number 3, Levvenworth, Washington, where it feels like Bavaria decided to set up shop in the Pacific Northwest. And, I gotta be honest, no complaints. In the 1960s, this tiny town reinvented itself with a full Bavarian makeover. And when I say full, I mean gingerbread-style buildings, wooden balconies draped in flowers, and hand-painted murals everywhere you look. Surrounded by towering mountains, Leavenworth feels like it was built for storybook adventures. It transforms into a literal winter wonderland, lights, snow, and festivals that would make even the grinchiest traveler crack a smile. There's even a year-round Christmas store that operates on a more is more philosophy, so good luck leaving without at least one slightly questionable nutcracker. Whether you're hiking, eating your weight in pretzels, or just admiring how everyone somehow pulls off lederhosen, Leavenworth delivers a full European experience without ever leaving Washington state. It's festive, it's bold, and it's impossible to take a bad photo here. Taking over the number 2 spot, Lindborg, Kansas, proudly nicknamed Little Sweden, USA. This isn't just a few Swedish flags tossed around for decoration. Lindborg leans all the way into its Scandinavian roots, with colorful Dala horses on nearly every corner, red and white wooden buildings, and a downtown that feels like it was airlifted straight from rural Sweden and dropped into the heart of the Midwest. Founded by Swedish immigrants in the late 1800s, This town has kept its identity alive through festivals, food, art, and architecture. Visit during Svenskilningsfest. I know, that's a mouthful, and you'll get traditional folk dancing, handmade crafts, and plenty of people proudly rocking their embroidered vests like it's no big deal. You'll also find bakeries serving up Swedish rye bread and kringler, art galleries filled with Nordic designs, and even a Swedish phone booth in the middle of town, just in case you need to make a very stylish call. Lindborg doesn't just nod to its heritage, it celebrates it at full volume. Taking the number 1 spot. If you've ever wanted to visit Switzerland but your budget said, let's chill, let me introduce you to New Glaris, Wisconsin. Nicknamed America's Little Switzerland, this town was founded in 1845 by Swiss immigrants who missed home so much, they basically rebuilt it. And honestly, mission accomplished. Here, you'll find Alpine-style chalets, flower boxes spilling over with blooms, and a backdrop of rolling hills that feel just mountainous enough to let your imagination take over. Think Swiss countryside vibes, but with way more cheese curds. And speaking of cheese, you're in Wisconsin after all. From aged Emmental to raclette, New Glarus is a cheese lover's paradise. The town also hosts annual Swiss festivals with yodeling, Alp horns, and dancing that'll make you feel like you accidentally joined a folk troupe, in the best way possible. Whether you're strolling past painted facades, watching a parade of kids in traditional dress, or just enjoying the peace and quiet of a town that genuinely embraces its roots, New Glarus delivers a slice of Europe, with a side of dairy and Midwest hospitality. So next time you're daydreaming about Europe, remember, the adventure might be closer than you think. Which city would you visit first? Drop your pick in the comments. We love hearing from you. And don't forget to subscribe to USA Revealed for more hidden gems and surprising stories across America.